your inquiry is revealing, it's not creating this, it's revealing this, the subtler place. So be here. Wherever you discover, know you're already here. Is it like if I ask you to lift up a heavy stone and see how long you can keep it up in your hand for? Is it that after a while you get tired? Oh, sorry, I've got to put it down. Are you doing anything? If I say, the one who is capable or is there, that weaknesses, whatever it is that weaknesses, even the attention, which is empty, is weakness. That one, that place from where the weaknessing happened, be there. Is it a strain? No. Is it two? No. Is it someone being there? I give a little time just to digest and to assimilate what I'm asking. If I say, is it not true that, the one, the attention, which you say is what the I am is that like an attention, a sort of presence, which is totally empty. And I say, but even the presence which is totally empty is perceivable or not? To what is it perceivable? Don't give me answer. Hold my question for a moment. The question becomes a mirror for you. That which is aware of the subtlest of attention, the subtlest vibration of I amness in you. You don't need to know, don't try and know this with your mind. Don't give him credit for this. The fact already goes before. The fact is that it is perceivable, isn't it?
Yes.
The fact is it is perceivable.
Yes.
I am just pushing a little bit. By what is it perceivable? Can that be known? And if it can be known, by whom can it be known? The words I'm speaking with you are converting or combusting into spirit as I speak them in you. Or as you grasp them, you see what happens. If you follow them, they are already converting into spirit, not concepts. Whatever it is that comprises this world of names and form, of time and change, of growth, evolution, everything is perceivable, yes or no.
Yes.
Where is the location of that which perceived them? Don't use imagination. Imagination is a much lower thing than where we are right now.
Located.
It cannot, or can it? Well, something can be located in two ways. One, either it can be located in a finite point, or it is infinite, meaning that it is everywhere. If it is an object, it is a finite location. If it is not an object, it is limitless. It is without boundary. Are these talks too subtle right now, or we can?
No.
All this is of you. The world taught us about our phenomenal self, our body and body-mind. But the Supreme is revealing to us our supreme self, our imperishable self. Only it can do that. The source from which we came. But there's a part of our existence which never came. Others came unto it. Flesh was formed around it. Mind was formed around it. But it remains unformed. It has no date. It is before all beginnings. At the end of all endings, it remains untouched. Dare we speak like this? When it is proven in you by insights. Is it blasphemous to look in such a way into one's nature? No one who is free have a closed mind. And yet they transcend mind. The self is not an experience. Experience begins after the self. It cannot be found as an object. One comes to see that the finder of the self is either the self or that finder does not exist. I don't know if what I'm sharing with you can be called a teaching. Maybe a transmission or something. It's bringing you to emptiness. The world does not understand emptiness. Because it wants to understand everything with the mind. A human being cannot know God. They may have a glimpse, you may have a feeling, you may have experience, but none can comprehend the magnificence of the Supreme One. But you can discover God within your own self. God is not an object. The God is a pure subject, ungraspable to the mind. God is Nirgun Brahman and Sagun Brahman. Incomprehensible. When we approach like this, when we observe like this, when we come with that degree of respect and reverence, the God is being revealed in you. Not merely emotionally, but in ways that's incomprehensible to the mind. As peace and joy, a silence, a limitlessness. Don't give too much importance that the mind, but the mind doesn't get it. The mind wants to understand. Don't be so much of a servant to that. You are the listening and the conceptless knowing. That which is impure cannot imitate the pure, not in such environment. The devil may appear peaceful for a moment or two. That's it. And you wonder why so much struggles may come. we were talking before, and one of the things we shared, I keep saying it recently, that yes, when you become precious to God, you become a target for the devil. We say like this, no? Meaning that as soon as your heart is open for truth, all the poisons come. And you must overcome. Knowing that grace is with you. Knowing that the wisdom is with you. Something brought you to satsang. Some parts of our mind is in resistance to that. You must exercise the discernment to see that which is true and stable against that which is fluctuating and unstable. You must know where you're looking from and who you're looking as. But don't isolate yourself and label yourself as merely a person. When you're empty, things become very easy. Even now your mind is at the edge of samadhi because it's so easy for it now. It yields so that it can be absorbed more in the heart. If you don't feed mind with person food, it will yield. It will itself naturally come under the influence and the orbit of real love and purity. Now you're in a state of emptiness. What can be said of it? Are you in a state of restriction? Are you feeling tight? Lacking anything? Are you waiting? That's a key. That is a key, you see. Are you waiting, you see? Because normally in the state of personhood, we're always waiting for something. What's next? What's next? Where you are right now, is it attached to next? And yet, you are not holding life still. Let it dance. Even this body will be part of this dance. The vital breath in the body is part of this dance. Yeah. You are the dance, and you are the witness of the dance. A seeming mystery which is not easily accepted by the egoic mind. Advice is not to cling to personal history or identity. You can, I think you can return now. I think you are sorted. Don't hold. There's a tendency to keep holding a shape. Almost everyone in the world is holding a shape. And a shape of a person. A sense of a history of who you are. But all of it belongs to body-mind conditioning. It is not of spiritual shape. The spirit does not need to hold any shape. Consciousness does not need to hold any shape. And yet no shape can happen without it. I said, when you can bear and be the formless self. You're one with freedom. The mind will always be presenting another journey, another shape, another conditioning. And it labels it evolution. You're evolving, you're growing, having more and more. You see, like this. But I hold it that the spirit in you is true, is of God and is true. The mind is where the spirit for a while imitates personhood. It tries it out, and feels its limitations and its failings, feels its promises unfulfilled, and finally returns home. Returning home in meaning, consciously in recognition of your original nature.